gentlemen, dear guests, we're slowly beginning with our last panel today. My name is Juri Gajkovic, and also as our main organizer, Marcus Betz, coming from the Institute of Contemporary History from Uganda. It's been a long day so far, but if you ask me, an interesting day, but believe me, it will be interesting in the next 2 hours too. You won't fall asleep, and it will be even more interesting after that when we'll all together visit the brewery here in the neighborhood. Be patient, please. We have 4 speakers in these sessions. 3 of them will be talking about the nearby border, today known as the via Schengen-Slovenia-Croatian border, and the one that will be talking about the famous border in Berlin. Our first speaker is my dear colleague, also from the Institute of Contemporary History, Filip Čuček. Filip focuses his research mainly on the 18th century and early 20th century history of the Habsburg Empire, with special emphasis on the land of the province Styria. He is, I would say, one of the leading Slovenian experts on the history of Styria. His paper today is entitled Regulation of the Styrian-Croatian border on the river Drava in the 18th and early 19th century. Filip, please, the floor is yours. One more thing, everyone has 15 minutes, I think, and then the floor will be open for discussion.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, in the past, the region of the Slovenian-Croatian border was subject to numerous disputes stemming from the administrative relations between the provinces. In the Austro-Hungarian period, also for virtually international relations. In the time of the formation of national ideologies, these disputes were also based on completely national motives and conflicts since the 18th century. Also kept occurring due to the completely local relations between the landowners or agricultural landholdings at the border. The provincial border river Drava played an important role in this part of the Syrian-Croatian border between Maribor and Varaždin, which is the subject of this discussion. Landowners whose estates were located by the river, the provincial border had to face the fact that torrential waters could erode the fertile soil within the borders of their land. The river Drava, at certain parts of its water courses, changed its flow frequently, creating numerous islands and extending into Syrian and Croatian land holdings, while simultaneously influencing the provincial border. Ultimately, this kept causing frequent conflicts and tensions that the state had to solve. Even though in the second half of the 18th century, the Habsburg monarchy undertook a planned development of freshwater transport, it did not pay any special attention to the river disputes at a local level issue. The problems at the river Drava in the border region between the Maribor district and the Varaždin county only started to be addressed by Maria Theresa and Joseph II in the middle of the 1770s. Towards the end of the 18th century, the competent authorities started to analyze the existing disputes or problems that the floods caused for the border population between Ormož and Središće. In the worst cases, the flooding river had changed its flow in quite a few places and cut through the existing, for example, Styrian estates, which were then taken over or appropriated by the new, for example, Croatian owners. In accordance with these developments, the land tax was supposed to change, but this did not happen as the provincial authorities kept referring to the old situation and lands. For example, Styrian peasants kept paying the tax for the lands that were now located on the Croatian side. All of this resulted in dissatisfaction among the affected population, while on the other hand, the provincial border remained legally inconsistent. The complaints of the Serbs from the border areas were considered from the first time by the Special Border Commission in 1754 in the context of the proposed tax reform, but the revision was initiated only in connection with Hungary rather than Croatia, which agreed that the matter should be settled between Styria and Hungary. The issue thus remained unaddressed, The authorities in Vienna only started to deal with this problem more seriously in the middle of the 1770s. In 1775, an imperial bill which addressed the legal situation of the serfs at last partly was issued on the basis of a decree which was finally supposed to settle the question of tax duties in the areas affected by the changes in the flow of the river Drava. The decree also set out the compensation for water damages. However, the implementation of these provisions was hard to put into practice. It was difficult to establish the initial state at all parts of the river, find the relevant witnesses, and reach the final decision. The Commission may have examined the area under consideration, but this was opposed by the Croatian side resolutely. Naturally, this slowed down the revision project. The old Drava basin was nevertheless protected, which should return the right to these lands to the serfs from Ormož. However, it was difficult to find the relevant witnesses who could confirm this state of affairs, which once again delayed the process. Furthermore, in the disputed areas, the suitable tax had not even been specified yet. In view of all of the above, a new mixed commission was proposed, which was to re-examine the matter and define the border of the states anew. In 1777, the Inner Austrian Gubernium received a letter from the Royal Court Office, once again expressing the interest in the situation of the river Drava between Ormož and Središće, the flooding of the riverside forests, pastures, grasslands, fields, and meadows, and the related alteration of the river basin. As the situation at the border was still unsolved, the tax burdens of the affected peasants had to be determined, and the compensation for the loss of estates had to be established as well. The Gubernium stated that the Drava River basin changed due to severe flooding. Consequently, the Gubernium proposed the elaboration of a topographic map of both sides of the border in order to settle the taxation matters. A special commission reviewed the disputed territory of the Styrian side. It concluded that the remaining estates should be protected, and that water construction should be initiated. In the section that the Commission had not managed to examine thoroughly, additional analysis of the terrain was still necessary. Thus, the area had to be visited by a new expert commission, thus will draw up an expert report on the disputed territory. Whether the border had been changed due to deposits or the torrential river. Meanwhile, new complications arose according to the statement of the Royal Court Office. As it was, the Styrian side attempted to dam the river in order to prevent new floods, while the Croatian side opposed this with all means at its disposal. Therefore, it was proposed that the bilateral commission should be established, which would carry out an extensive analysis of the terrain under consideration in line with all of the signed protocols and powers, question the relevant witnesses, and report the results to the authorities, which would then examine them. However, the matter apparently remained shelved until 1779, when the disputed area was on the basis of new complaints and demands for a new commission visited by the Navigation Directorate, operating between 1772 and 1781, under the leadership of Gabriel Gruber, also a member of the Navigation Commission that operated in Graz in 1774. This directorate examined the situation and drew up a report on the damages caused by water. In the appendix, it outlined the possible solutions, plans, and its opinion, according to which the cost of a water dam, which would change the flow of the water, would amount to approximately 30,000 gallons. However, this idea was not feasible, as it was supposedly too expensive. Furthermore, before the implementation of this solution, a complete inspection of the remaining disputable sections, allegedly quite a few of them still remaining, had yet to be carried out. Regardless of all these complications, the affected serfs of Ormož were still without any legal protection. Even though, in the opinion of the gubernium, the peasants had to get their former estates back, or be exempt from a percentage of the tax. To this end, appeals were once again made that the new mixed commission should be established in order to solve the complicated situation. With the reorganization, which supposedly took a few days at the expense of the Ormož scenery. When the estates addressed a letter to the Graz gubernium in 1780 and demanded the repayment of the expenses advanced for the border commission in accordance with the decree of September 1780, the matter gradually started to unravel. The Croatian side agreed to the inspection of the disputed territory by an engineer in order to draw up an authentic map of the territory. On the basis of this map, the amount of the tax for the lands by the river would be newly specified. In principle, the gubernium agreed that the matter should in fact be clarified. The tax is specified and the new situation finally registered on the maps. Finally, an agreement was reached that an engineer would arrive in the area in the spring, together with the representatives of the Ormož and Čakovec seigniories. He would analyze the situation, while the expenses would be shared by both of these seigniories. However, the ambitious plans yet again stumbled upon numerous obstacles. In May 1781, the Varaždin county stated that it did not assume any costs for the commission, and that the Ormož seigniory should carry out this project. The numerous inspections that had already been carried out had not yielded the expected results. Once again, the matter dragged on for a few years until the border commission re-examined the situation of the river in the middle of 1785 due to the complaints of the Styrian serfs, and came up with new plans. The examination revealed that the old river bed had moved by almost a mile to the detriment of the Styrian side. In accordance with the findings, the gubernium decided to finally put an end to the border disputes between Ormož and Croatia. In 1786, the district office of Maribor ordered that the disputed terrain should be measured again. On the Hungarian side, the authorization for the realization went to the Varaždin county, which wanted to solve the matter by itself, instead of cooperating with the Styrian side. Therefore, in August 1786, the Royal Court resolution appointed new delegations from the Ormož seigniory, the district office of Maribor, the Varaždin county, and the Croatian seigniories, tasked with reviewing the matter and adopting the guidelines of future work. According to the report of the district office of Maribor, it was established that the Styrian side had in fact suffered losses and that its former estates had been occupied by the Croatian side. Naturally, the viewpoint of the Croatian side was precisely the opposite. All of this merely resulted in the intensification of the conflict, and the injured parties once again called for a mixed resolution, which finally examined the terrain towards the end of the year. The expenses were once again covered by the Serbs living at the border. Be that as it may, the examinations performed by the mixed commissions managed to bring about certain solutions, but somehow they always proved to be ineffective in the end. Consequently, in 1787, the Royal Court Office sent a demand for the acquisition of the correspondence between the Ormož seigniory, the district office of Maribor, and the Inner Austrian gubernium, in order to re-examine the demands that have been piling up ever since the 1760s. Thus, the Croatian Ban, Ferencvaros, was tasked with finding the relevant documents in the archives. However, according to balancing, the materials have been lost. Only the response from the Royal Court was discovered, confirming the beginnings of the Croatian-Styrian border disputes as early as in the 1730s. While a few fragments of border commission documents were found in official protocols of the Varaždin Fund. All these attempts to remedy the situation at the border river between Styria and Croatia near Ormož, or to finally restore the legal order in the areas which had been disputed for several decades, as well as specify the suitable taxation and compensation, were anything but successful at the end of the 18th century. Even later, the disputes between neighbors kept recurring. However, in the 1790s, the first tangible results were nevertheless achieved. In 1795, the Border Commission managed to divide the forest fought over by the Styrian seigneuries of Velika Nedelja and Miletinci on one side and Varaždin on the other. While in 1797, it also succeeded in dividing the island on the river Drava, which had been a source of the dispute between Središće and Varaždin. Afterwards, the Commission spent several years examining the matter of the border river and kept trying to solve the problem. There had a reason, but it was mostly unsuccessful. Because of frequent border disputes and unclear situation, demands were made in 1828, after the elaboration of the Franciscan Cadastre for Styria between 1819 and 1825, that the border with Croatia finally be examined and set in order. The Styrian Estates appointed Count Anton Atems as the president of the Border Commission, while Earl Philip Betten headed the Croatian Commission. The Estates tasked the manorial lords and the district authorities that had any connections with the disputed areas to prepare the necessary supporting documents, either originals or duly certified copies, on the basis of which they would decide on the location of the border. The Commission then worked on the border between the Maribor district and the Varaždin county, met in August 1829. During its efforts, it experienced difficulties with the border, especially the sections that followed the river. Because the border between Varaždin and Središće did not correspond to the border as drawn on the older maps, the border in its new draft version was somewhat altered or adapted to the current situation. In October, the Commission concluded its work and adopted its final decision. With regard to these disputed areas, as far as Ormož, formerly joint use, Styria kept a major part of the disputed Drava island between Varaždin and Središće, together with the forest, while the second disputed island remained the property of Croatia. The other problematic areas up to Ormož went to Styria, so that after the border in this area had been specified, Styria was in more favorable position than the Croatian side. The border between Styria, the district of Celje and Maribor, and Croatia, the Zagreb and Varaždin counties, was thus agreed upon and drawn in the autumn in 1829. Meanwhile, in November and December 1829, the Maribor and Celje districts sent letters to the Graz Gubernium informing it of the achieved solutions at the Styrian-Croatian border. In certain parts, the border once again divided properties, so the sections of it ended up in one or the other province, which resulted in numerous further border disputes between the landowners and the Styrian-Croatian border.